The Love Sailing Boat, author Kwabena Osei. Love is not a merchandise item to be purchased on the street. It is impossible to command and manipulate love without facing the consequences. Instead of the human race to swim in the calm ocean of love to enjoy its pleasure, the human race is swimming in the stormy ocean of false love with evil, mindless and egocentrics for agonies and miseries. Love and sex is designed or created for the perfect unification of two souls. It is natural and a divine gift. It is the finishing touches of the master of creation to beautify love between a man and a woman for adventurous discovery of the sacred paradise on earth. Lack of awareness, we try to command and manipulate love and sex. This has transformed the sacred love and sex to be a selling commodity to be purchased with wealth. The human race has replaced true love with the false love. Nature is perfect in its creations. Living contrary to nature and its truth and dictates is nothing but designing our path of suffering. Natural things create no miseries and agonies. The human race falls short to command God and its creations. To command, manipulate, purchase love with your ego's mindless, the consequences cannot be overemphasized. How can you manipulate the power through which you were molded into a physical existence without facing the consequences? Lack of awareness, you become enemy and stranger to yourself, alike enemy to the human race, God and its creations. This let us trespasses the freedom and liberty of our partner with whom we board the love sailing boat. The byproducts of marriages, love and sex relationships under the umbrella of unconditional love are perfect peace, everlasting prosperity, and the inheritance of the first heaven on the earth. On the contrary, marriages, love and sex relationships under the umbrella of false love are the birth of our miseries and agonies. False love is ugly and hatred concealed in the cover cloth of love. Loving with or on conditions is the mind's love, false love. Unconditional love is loving without conditions. The human race falls short to distinguish between false love and unconditional love. This is the major cause in which many people find themselves married twice to the same kind of man and woman. The human race is always in the repetition of agonies and miseries in the cycle of love and sex relationships. It is simply because we are ignorant to the root cause of all these delinquencies of false love and sex relationships. It is mankind's vulnerability to lust and desire of the flesh. The negativity capitalizes on these fundamental key points to enslave the entire human race. Mankind is born free. Lack of awareness, he sells his freedom to be enslaved by negativity. In most mainly as love and sex is inevitable, the negativity seizes this road of opportunity to steer mankind's life for mass destruction. This lovely inspiring book, The Love Sailing Boat, throws enormous light of awareness to the root cause of mankind's vulnerability in life, marriage, love and sex relationships. Without the knowledge of the root cause, how are we going to find peaceful resolutions to all the scenarios of the delinquencies that lead to our miseries and agonies through the deceptions in false love? My major preoccupation is to create awareness and to highlight the human race to be awakened from the dark world of fantasy with egos, mindless. The fundamental pillar of many of the love and sex relationships is based on the mind's love. The mind falls short to unconditional love. The mind promises much but delivers nothing. Any love and sex relationship that has its cornerstone on reasons, logics, or simply a cause for our personal interest are all categorized as false love. Any building raised with inappropriate material for its foundation is meant to collapse. It can't withstand the deadly stormy wind. This is the significations that many delinquencies, regardless to the deceptions in life, love and sex relationships, are the attribute of the inappropriate foundation pillar by which the love and sex relation was built. The human race falls short to distinguish between unconditional love and the mind's love. Any relationship that falls under the umbrella of false love is nothing but designing your own path of suffering. Love and sex is the mystery power through which we are molded into physical existence naturally. It is impossible to manipulate such a mighty power without facing the consequences. These are the attribute to many scenarios of deceptions in many love and sex relationships and marriages from the existence of the human race. Natural love creates no miseries and agonies. True love nourishes us with the bread of life, whilst false love nourishes us with the bread of sorrows. If you want to live without deceptions in life, learn how to live. If you want to inherit the living paradise and the heaven instituted under the umbrella of marriage, love and sex relationships, learn how to love unconditionally, and you will always find pleasure in love. The power of love conquers all. Peace and love. Life becomes beautiful. Impossibilities can be possibilities when nature smiles to us. And through which way can we attract nature's smiles? It is to knock at the sacred door of the power of unconditional love. Love beautifies life. The power of love is the ultimate source of life force. Without love, there will be no life. Anything, regardless of life, characters, human beings, and our surroundings, that attract our sight and instinct are through their connection with the power of love. On the contrary, anything that has no connections with the power of love is ugly and awful. The supreme power of love is the fundamental pillar of the entire existence. The circle of life is driven by the supreme power of love. Any creature that exempts itself from the sweet melodies and the language of love which serves as the universal language can be classified as a living dead. No creature can deny or exempts itself from the power of love. It is simply because love is not something needed to be forced to acquire. Our existence, our soul body are the byproduct of the supreme power of love. The entire existence operates through the energy of the supreme power of love. We came into physical existence naturally through love and sex by our parents. Through the energy of love and sex, we were born naturally. We live through the energy of love and sex. This is the signification that love is not something needed to be forced to acquire. It is our nature. It is our birthrights. We possess it eternally. To live with hatred by denying love is to create a living hell for total destruction. Lack of awareness, the human race has ignorantly replaced true love with false love by negativity. This was the attribute to which transfigured and transformed the great Mother Earth as a perpetual paradise into a living hell. To reclaim such a perpetual paradise as created by nature to make the world a better place for you and I, and for the benefit of our future generation, is through unconditional love. True love unites, whilst false love or hatred separates us. False love underwear is hatred in disguise. False love crowns negativity as the chief commander in our love sailing boat. Definitely such a love sailing boat driven by negativity is meant to be drowned in the middle of the deep blue sea. Love is the universal language accepted by all souls without regards to race and color. Love goes beyond all borders. It can transform anything that crosses its path into light and life. The unconditional acceptance of a neighbor for mutual understanding and respect is through the power of love. Anything that has no connectedness to love is ugly. Ugliness is the twin brother of hatred. Hatred is division. Division, we fall apart. With misunderstanding and division, we simply invite the devil to take the center seat to govern our daily life, both in normal life, marriages, and love and sex relationships. Love unites us, and unity is strength. To uphold the integrity of our matrimonies, a love and sex relationship to be successful is to let unconditional love reign supreme in our life. Unconditional love is the strength, amour and shield to defend all strange wars waged against our matrimonies, love and sex relationships by the elements of darkness. Excuse me to say that many readers may be curious to know the motive behind for dedicating my writings by highlighting and creating awareness on the subject of love. It is simply because the majority of the human races are ignorant of the power of love. Instead of abiding by its natural course for its pleasure, we ignorantly try to mishandle love for our miseries and agonies. We constantly talk about love. We are always expecting back the same charisma and love shown to others. But in some scenarios, we are paid with an awful ordeal about the expression of love given to others. We have lost the quantitative measures of true love. Instead, false love is the language to which we are accustomed. Looking at the perspective of the crucifixion of the Messiah, as some religious sects advocate, we can underline that the same people who praised him with love whilst performing miracles for their interest were the same people who shouted on top of their voices demanding for the crucifixion of the same Messiah. Where was their love? It is quite simple. The root cause of their love and praises for the Messiah was basically on a specific interest, and any love based on reasons, logics, and personal interest is categorized as false love. False love is skeptical. Any evil deed that comes on the surface eradicates all the goodness. People recognize much more of our negative side effects than our goodness because there is no unconditional love. True love crowns us with glory. False love looks for our shortcomings to confirm its hidden doubts. The majority of the human race loves with their mind. They fall short to distinguish between loving with the ego's mindless and unconditional love from the heart. Through persuasion by the authorities, the crowd easily forgot all the miracles and loving kindness shown to them by the Messiah. Instead, the framework of the multitudes of lies orchestrated by the authorities overshadowed the goodness of the Messiah. This is the typical example of the attribute of false love. Unconditional love's twin brother is absolutely trust, whilst false love underwear or miniskirt is nothing but doubts. The trust in this context means no matter the dark clouds of negativity that coincidentally overshadow the life to whomever you love and trust, definitely you stand by the side of your lover to assist for solution. Nothing of the condemnation or mistakenly shortcoming of your lover can turn your love into hatred. Whilst the miniskirt of the hidden doubts of false love expresses itself intensively to confirm its disbelief, it is very important for the human race to acquire broader knowledge about love. We can achieve great success through the power of love. Love upgrades an individual's life in the society and globally through sharing and spreading of good ideas. Hatred is nothing but fear, protectionism, and counterproductive to economic growth. Many atrocities are caused in the name of love. Nation fights against nation for lack of understanding, unity, and love. Religious wars, segregation, tribal wars, discrimination among the human race, categorizing and upgrading individuals as first-class citizens and second-class citizens, racial prejudices and etc. are all protectionism. It is nothing but fear. Fear is the absence of unconditional love. These delinquencies are all the byproduct of hatred which derives from false love, but hidden in the cover cloth of love. All these delinquencies will decline when the power of true love reigns supreme in the heart of the human race. True love sees no color nor categorizes others as superior than others. True love turns deaf ears and blind eyes for our shortcomings. It crowns us with praises and glory. It goes beyond all borders for a perfect unification as one global village with one large unique family without regards to race or color. It is only through the power of unconditional love that can transform the world into a better place for all. Love is the mysterious universal language that can transform an individual heart to make the world a safer place. We reap whatever that we sow. Both loving with the mind and loving with the heart pay us back their dividends. Whichever among the two that becomes your choice, you will surely and definitely enjoy the benefits of its dividends. The understanding of the power of love and its profound divinity eludes the human race. Through egocentrics, the human race ignorantly tries to manipulate the power of love. Trying to manipulate the power through which you were molded into the physical world is nothing but a suicide mission. Instead of the human race swimming in the calm oceans of unconditional love, through ignorance, the human race is swimming in the dirty gutters of false love. Through our vulnerability and lack of awareness, the negativity has cunningly stolen our unconditional love, which is our birthrights, and replaced it with false love. False love always misleads us to the endpoint of regrettable moments. We at last recognize our mistakes and false love when we are in pain through deceptions. This inspiring book, The Love Sailing Boat, is meant to release the human race from our vulnerability to false love. It creates awareness. It highlights the root cause of our miseries in life, marriage, love, and sex relationships. Our failure or success in life depends on those with whom we surround ourselves. Let these lovely books, The Love Sailing Boat, The Wings of Love Volume, I and too be your companion, and you will always avoid certain mishaps in life, marriage, love, and sex relationships. We are born free but lack awareness. We consistently sell our freedom to the elements of darkness and inevitably end in perpetual lover's spiritual jail without any possible exit. Together we fight to stay alive. And through which means can we cooperate to fight to stay alive? It is through the power of love. When the inhabitants of a nation unite with one love, one voice and one destiny, the power of the gun becomes powerless. Charity begins at home. To live in peace and harmony throughout the global village is through individuals' quantitative expressions of unconditional love to others. And once individuals find inner peace through unconditional love and acceptance to themselves, they can show gratitude to their lovers with charisma and unconditional love. What is overflowing within our inner temple basically expresses itself publicly to others. When one's heart is overflowing with unconditional love, there is no room for hatred. My major pride is to see that the human race avoids the repetitions of deceptions in life, marriage, love and sex relationships. My dedication to these subjects of love is to create awareness. Awareness is the golden key to self-discovery and the heavenly gate. Without awareness, you become a stranger and enemy to yourself. You create problems not only for yourself but for your partner as well. When hatred takes the commanding seat in your relations through false love that was the cornerstone to your relationship, you can inevitably end up as a destructive monster. Self-destruction and mass destruction are the consequences of false love. A peaceful matrimonial home, life, love and sex relationships can only be achieved through unconditional love. Individuals' achievement of peace and love carries its extension to society and globally. Loving our neighbors, partners unconditionally has its connectedness to the universe and the whole existence. With one love, one heart, one destiny in our love sailing boat, we will leave no breathing space for Mother Nature to smile to us. And when nature and the life smites us, all things are possible. Love unconditionally, and you will always find pleasure in love. The power of love conquers all. You can get the full story from Osei Doctrines and Publications.com.